I know it's a Monday evening and most of you have probably not had a drink, but it's absolutely okay if you are hungover after that Josh Buttler innings. Geez, what a century. In under 60 balls, he finished, got to 100 and just hit it to all parts of the Brabant Stadium. I think even parts outside of the Brabant Stadium. He was just absolutely magnificent today. Josh Buttler century taking Rajasthan to a mammoth 217 for 5. The highest score that has been hit this tournament. It's just crazy. It's just absolutely mental what they've done today. Shimron Hetmeyer, Sanju Samson, just all of them. And for the Kolkata bowlers, yes, Sunil Narayan, always take him to the bank, them to write home about. For the rest of them, a really forgettable night. You're watching Cricbuzz Live. I'm Gaurav Kapur. With me is Mpumelelo Mbangwa and Joy Bhattacharjya. Joy, geez, that was something special.
Absolutely. I mean, what a special innings and how well it was constructed. And you know what I loved about it is this is like a good Oscar-winning film. Josh Buttler plays this fantastic lead role. And then you have some lovely supporting cast roles. Padikkal, 24 of 18. Samson, 38 of 19. Striker, 200. Hetmeyer, 26 of 13. For a good actor to win a Best Actor award, you need those supporting roles. And I think they did it beautifully, surrounded him. This was a textbook good innings. Other than those 3 or 4 overs where Sunil Narayan came in and did his magic, I thought they were absolutely stunning.
So let me just tell you, there was overs 1, 8, 18 and 19. These 4 were the only economical overs. They totaled 15 runs. Take those away, and the other 16 have gone for 201 runs. That's 16 overs for 201, Joy. Nightmares for bowlers can happen with much less.
Nightmares for bowlers with much less, and bowlers with the kind of international, people like, we're talking about Pat Cummins, we're talking about Umesh Yadav, who's had a seriously good tournament so far. Varun Chakravarti, who suddenly has not even completing his quota. Varun Chakravarti ends up with 2 for, look at that. What would you say? For the first couple of matches, we were talking about Varun and Sunil Narayan as the bankers. That 8 overs in the middle, nobody was touching. And here, he's just been hit off the attack in the last 2 matches. And that's something that will really concern Kolkata.
Yeah, it was just everyone. The last over of Henry Russell getting 17. There was Shimron Hetmeyer, 2 big sixes and a boundary. But you're right. Well, it's not just Varun Chakravarti. Yes, he's gone at 15 and over, as has Henry Russell. Pat Cummins bowled his entire quota of 4 and went for 12 and a half and over. So he's got another half century today with the ball. Knight Riders will be hoping he gets it with the bat as well. They're playing on a very special day, Joy, because 14 years ago, they did this to Bangalore. Today, they've had it done to them.
Yeah, absolutely. They were interviewing Brendan McCullum, and I was just watching his face, and he was exactly like that. When he came into the dressing room, he was actually asking, how much have I got? Because he had no idea what he was doing in the middle. He said, the ball came, I hit the ball when I saw the ball. When I didn't see the ball, I still swung the bat. Sometimes it still went for 6. In fact, his first in that match was a top edge to edge to Zahir Khan. So, it's Brendan. So when Brendan was watching, Josh do that to his team, he had this really wry smile on his face that, I know how that feels. Absolutely. He knows how it feels.
Yeah, I was feeling absolutely hapless. Let's tell you about the partnerships. A great partnership with Devdutt Padikkal at the top, the highest that Rajasthan has got. Got 97 and got that really quick in under 10 overs. The first wicket fell in the 10th over there. So that's what they had done by that time. Of course, there was not much for Padikkal to do there except just go on the other side and watch a really good show. But he got 24 of 18 as well. Then that partnership with the captain. I think, Joy, this probably was the defining partnership. This is the one that broke the back for the Knight Riders. 67 of 34. Sanju Samson, the captain, going at a strike rate of a flat 200 there for his 38. That really was the partnership that dug the nail into the coffin for the Knight Riders.
Absolutely. And you know why it was so important? Because it really allowed Josh Buttler to take a breath. Because, these are very trying conditions. So you run out of breath, you run out of energy. Suddenly somebody's taken up the scoring slack for you. He started scoring for you. And you suddenly have a couple of overs in which he's dominating striking, you're getting a little less. And you have that chance to catch your second breath and then go for it. And that's exactly what happened. So he basically got that opportunity, comes back. Even though Samson gets out, he still finishes strong. And then, of course, Hetmeyer had that final kick in the end, which I thought was absolutely spectacular.
Riyan Parag will look at this and say, I got the opportunity today. It was perfectly set up and it didn't happen. Hey, we have Pommy joining us. Pommy's been having a few sound issues, which is very strange because he's a very sound guy otherwise. But can he hear us? Hello, Pommy. Hello, can you hear us? We should just sign him. We should just sign. Let's see if I can. All right, Pommy. Let's see if I can. Pommy. We can hear him, but he can't hear us. But we'll just keep his beautiful face on screen because it is a sight for sore eyes indeed. Joy, but for Riyan Parag today, he's a good kid, right? He's a good kid. He's a good talent. Seen him whack the ball in domestic, a few innings here in the IPL as well. Today, he really will rue this opportunity. It was his for the taking.
It was his for the taking. He walks in
I don't know.
3.2 overs.
I don't know if you can hear me. Can you hear me?
Time to do it. We can hear Pommy.
I can't hear anything.
Oh, can Pommy hear us?
No, he can't hear us, but we can hear him. And we can't even get him to speak, just with sign language.
I can't hear a thing.
Speak. Talk to us.
I'll try and talk to you. I'll try and talk to you. Just my speaker's not mute. Let's unmute. Right. I'll try and speak some sort of sense. What shall I talk about? Come on. Batting? The wrong subject. But I'll say this. It worked absolutely perfectly for Rajasthan Royals. If there's ever a way they want things to go and for an innings to be set up, that's exactly how they want it. At the start, we're talking about how Sanju Samson, it's a difficult position for him to walk in at number 4. I think that if the game goes this way, where Josh Buttler up at the front sets things up, or whoever it is who sets things up at the front, and he comes in a situation where he's just got to play shots. And I think Joy was saying as well that he would like to see some ugly runs, if I can put it that way, from Sanju Samson. And whenever there's a situation where some ugly runs have to be scored, he doesn't quite do the job. In fact, I don't think you can ever say they are ugly runs that he scores. So today, what did he do? Walked in, and the job was tee off, and in fine style he did right from the beginning, just play shots. And as the skipper, it means that whoever's following is going to take your lead as well, aren't they? So Padikkal started to go. He had done well in sort of playing second fiddle, and then Sanju Samson carried it on. That's perfect, a 200 strike rate. Then Hetmeyer, who's been in such fine form, he also maintains what he's been doing. Riyan Parag misses out, but in a situation like this one, he'll probably kick himself because it's an opportunity and everybody else is filling their boots, but more so because it's okay to think it, but if you then say it in public and make great big statements, you essentially put pressure on yourself. You have to think it. You have to think what he has said, but you don't have to say what he has said, because you don't want to put yourself under the pressure. You're under the pressure anyway when you're having to bat number 5 and number 6. So to miss out in that situation, I think it can happen. Sometimes you'll miss out, sometimes you'll not, but going at the job as you're supposed to, and that's fair enough. You got to try and get more than 200. I think just about every time you're happy. There was a little phase there where I thought, I don't know if they're going to get the score that they should get, having had such a brilliant start. Shivam Mavi, good over it, the dare to come back. What did we say about Sunil Narayan? We said year after year after year, he turns up and he is the guy you go to. How about that? In a game that's going at more than 10 and over, a guy turns up and bowls and goes for 20 odd. That's magnificent. Top job.
We have Sunil Narayan who's opening the innings. So that's the roll of the dice there, Joy, because they're saying that, hang on, our only chance to get this 11 and over chase is if we get a 75-run power play. And if somebody knows how to get a 75-run power play, it's Sunil Narayan.
It is Sunil Narayan. The only difference is that, his most destructive years were that 2016, 2017. I think Trent Bolt and Prasidh Krishna, the moment they see this Sankara, will say, bolt here.
Yeah, that's it. It's coming with the armpit.
Nothing else. Nothing. No length. No length. No spinners in the first 6. Just bowl it short. Give it to him. And you've got one more fast bowler. You've got a Wade McCoy also who can sort of angle it into the body. Don't give him space. Just let him fend from here. And I think that's the formula they're going to go after.
Well, that's me doing the Kevin Kline Oscar. We started with the Oscar and this show, and we're talking about the Oscar-winning Kevin Kline for A Fish Called Wanda. And this is what he always did. He didn't win the Oscar for doing just that. He did a lot more than that. He did a lot more than that. Well, let me just tell you that Narayan is out. He's run out. So there was no bowling to him here or anywhere. He's run out. So, well, there you go. Okay, so the Rajasthan bowling, 217 to defend. You'd think that this is going to be a one-way street. It's probably just going to be one way that Knight Riders will play. That's the way McCullum likes to play. So you know it's going to be go big or go home. They're either going to get there really quickly or they're going to be done and dusted in like 14 overs. So whatever happens,
it's going to be exciting. In a tournament like this, Gaurav, this is going to be if they lose by 50, 60 odd runs, run rate could be a huge issue because there's a long jam in the middle.
Yeah. It could, but they're gonna play for the win, which means that it's either home or bust. That's what's going to happen. It's not going to be safe. All right, that's all we have time for. We got to go fix Pommy's computer and his sound issues. Probably get him a speaker. He's very close to the stadium, so he can probably hear the stadium there, especially when Buttler was hitting those sixes. So check maybe one of those sixes fell onto his laptop. We'll just go check that. We're gonna oops. All right. That's all we have for you on Cricbuzz Live. We'll see you at the end of the 10 hour mark on Cricbuzz Combox. Thanks for watching.